Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my first adventure of 2025 after a wild winter, and I'll tell you about it in a little bit. But it is now mid-March, and last year my first hike of the year was on February 25th. This is now March 20th. We still got some snow on the ground and there's still snowbanks around, but Jax and I are in the area. We're coming back from his vet appointment. It was just a checkup, nothing wrong with Jax, and we are itchy to get out. So we knew we were going past this place, so we're going to stop and check it out. It is the Indian Creek Nature Center. This is a nature trail that we're going on, and this has a pretty good reputation of being a interesting place to be. School districts for years have been bringing their students here for conservation field days. But we're going to go check out the trail and see how it is. Follow along. So we are on the nature trail, one of the nature trails here in the Indian Creek Nature Center. This place has kind of a interesting history to it. Back in the late 1800s, or sometime during the 1800s, I should say, a canal was built between the Grass and the Oswegatchie rivers. I do believe the Grass River would be over this way, and the Oswegatchie would be this way. And that canal was used for transportation, because the waterways were the transportation back in the 1800s. But anyways, when the DEC acquired the properties here, because a lot of this used to be farmlands, they flooded the property between them, and it became known as the Upper Lower Lakes Wildlife Management System. And then in the 1970s, with an agreement with the DEC, the Indian Creek Nature Center was born. I can remember when I was in school, coming here, I think it was in 4th or 5th grade, coming here, and you would meet the conservationists, and they would have programs here. And you know what, after 50 years, because last year in 2024 they celebrated their 50th year, and those conservation field days still draws every school in the county, which is very interesting, because it is just something that has been, every school has participated in their 4th or 5th or 6th grade classes. I can't remember what grade it was when I went, and I believe I just read not too long ago, this has been 3 or 4 months ago, that it was the 5th graders that were here from every school district in the county. But I don't make it over this way very often, and the last couple of times I've been in this area, or been back here, was for a search and rescue. I've been on 2 on this property. One was a lost hunter, and that search went on for just about 24 hours, and it doesn't seem like a huge piece of property until you start searching, doing grid searches. And then you start seeing how much property is actually here. And we did find him. He survived okay. He waited until dark, and he got turned around after dark and ended up deeper into the wetlands, and he hunkered down for the night on an island out there, and that's where we found him the next day. And then the other one was a skier. She was a cross-country skier, older lady, who wanted to try to get a couple miles in before dark. Didn't quite make it. She ended up losing her way after dark. She called 911, And after about 3 hours of searching, we located her. Both survived just fine, but that is what it's like out here at times. Very easily to get turned around in the woods. So, yes, it's been a wicked winter. It was a winter that, you know, I like to kind of hibernate during the winter, get tucked in next to that wood stove and go out outside as little as possible. Over the years, I'm finding that each time it gets cold, my body hates it even more. And but anyways, this winter, I was pretty active. Let me tell you, we had a ton of snow. We had, I think it was 36 straight days at one time with snow. I believe this dude here, I'll show this video of a guy. Yeah, he'll tell
Today,
you.
a few flurries are flying. That means 36 straight days with at least a trace of snow.
There you have it. You know, trace of snow at least every day. And I'll tell you, there was a 2-week period in February where we were getting so much snow that it just kept adding up, where I was getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go out and snowblow, go to work for 12 hours, and then get home, snowblow again, go in, grab a bite to eat, shower, go to bed, get up again at 4, snowblow, go to work for 12 hours, did that. Oh my God, it was horrendous. It tires you out quickly and becomes very old very quick. But yeah, we've had some snow up here, but you know, even though it was like an old time winter. I mean, when I was a kid, we used to have winters like this. Well, every winter. I can remember when I was in the 70s, you know, we used to have to go out and wait for the school bus out by then the driveway, because back then, if you weren't at the end of your driveway, the school bus would drive right on by. And the snowbanks were so tall that the bus driver couldn't see me, and by the time he got up where he could see me, he hit the brakes, and he ended up going right past the house. I had to walk down the road. But yeah, we used to have some wicked snow. And now, you know, this past winter was an Adirondack winter. Harsh, cold, and lots of snow. So this is kind of cool out here. They got an observation tower that you can climb to look over the upper lower lake system. And it's not a ladder, it's stairs where even Jax will be able to climb. Oh yeah, he's coming right up next to me here. There he is. But that is, oh, there's no ice. Holy cow. I expected to see ice. But there's a lot of bird activity out there. But I expected to see ice here. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. So I wonder if upcountry, this is lower elevations down here. The Indian Creek Nature Center, if you come, is located off in County Route 14 in St. Lawrence County in Rensselaer Falls, New York. It's open all year, and from dawn to dusk there are several trails here that you can go out onto. And yeah, they just celebrated their 50th anniversary in 2024, and they still have their conservation field days here for the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade students from all over the county. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I didn't know this observation tower was back here. And actually, this body of water, and there's another lake, if you go way over, there's another section over there, is on my list to paddle. But before I can paddle it, I have to get with the DEC because there's a restricted area out here somewhere. And I'm not quite sure which section it is, where they don't allow anybody into. They don't allow any hunters or trappers or hikers. And I have heard they don't allow any paddlers. But the upper lower lake system. And If you look way off in the distance over that way, you can see the mountains up country where there's probably still some ice. I was kind of surprised to see this no ice out here, but this is a lower elevation. So as 2025 season gets underway now, I'm hoping to be out and about in a couple of weeks. I still got snow at my house, and the rest of the yard is soft because so much snow equals so much water. So anyways, I have most of my 2025 season already planned. And we'll see, hopefully this year goes a lot better than last year. I mean, I totally enjoyed my adventures out, whether it rains or sun shines. The rain does put a damper on stuff, but the other activity, the other stuff that happened last year, my mom getting flooded out, my dad dying. 2025, I'm hoping none of that exists, and we're gonna get, Jax and I will be able to get out and do some hiking. I'll be able to get the kayak out of storage, get some paddling going, get the camper cleaned up, and get out for some of those adventures. So this loop that we're on here is about, I think, 1.1 miles, something like that, and this is our first leg stretcher to get us into shape for further adventures. We'll see you then. All right, folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.